name is Debbie Sampson. I'm a retired nurse and I'm a member of the Fleur-de-Lis Seniors Club in Louisdale. So I brought it to the meeting and I thought, well, let's look and see if we can get a couple of hosts and maybe we'll have it at home. But when we sat down and looked at how many people we considered actually socially isolated in the community, it was phenomenal. So we sought out more hosts, and we got a good response, about 15 or 20 people that were interested. So we decided that we would look at the names, and those hosts would start to contact people to see if they'd be interested to come to dinner at the parish hall. We'll still have the individual tables though, so it would be hosts having 6 or 8 guests come, and they'd each have their own table, and that the host would be responsible to prepare the meal. Everybody took, 6, 7, 10 names and started calling people, and we got a great response. We ended up having 80 people, 12 of which were hosts, and the rest were all people in the community that needed to get out and socialize. Yeah. We're involving the guests into meaningful conversation. So we cleared the table, and we had decided on a topic, and it was going to be the old days, or the olden days, and things about when they went to school and what they did when they were young and that kind of thing. The host had a session with Dawn actually during the day when we were preparing the meal. So Dawn came to explain exactly the process of how you engage people into the conversation so that everyone feels included. So you would do one full question. It would go all the way around the table until everyone had an opportunity to either express an opinion or give their observations or whatever. If you're sitting alone all day at home and you don't have any contact with people, you're more apt to be dwelling on or concentrating on things that are wrong with you. It's the human nature. It's and then they become it's magnifying. It's getting worse. It's it could be this, it could be that. We really have to give it some thought, and I think if we can help people maintain a level of wellness, that'll go a long way in helping people stay well a lot longer. You're being invited by people from your community, people people you've socialized with in the past. You're being invited to a meal, number one, that that's of course a bonus. But I would say it would have more an impact on the person to say yes to people that you knew and you trusted than just to a complete stranger. And we divided up the people in that way kind of thing too, because, as we went through the list and we looked at who was on there, different hosts would say, oh, I'll take them, or I had this contact with them, or I know them from this. And, so that was really the good part of it, because I think that added to a little bit of the success of it, Well, we've already talked about how we'd like to see it roll out in the future. So we're going to, we have the hall every Wednesday anyway. So, we may look at having it on a smaller scale more often, or do it less but have a larger group. We're not really sure, but we certainly do want to have it continue in our community, because we feel it's very, very, very worthwhile. And actually, when we sat down to do a review or an evaluation after were done, we came up with another 10 or 15 people that we hadn't invited, or hadn't thought of, that were, good candidates for another occasion. So, absolutely, we have to do it again. Yeah.
Bustling stones and photographs, hell, all these words I've taken back. I know I am alone inside. Bust me in from the great white plains.
No, look this way. Well, half of our conversations in French, because most of these people speak French. So we're going from French to English. Okay. They all understand French.
They say that lonely's as good as it gets sometimes. Setting the table only leaves one meal at a time. You gotta know yourself so you can know when it ends. I've got half a mind to leave this place. You know I'm talking the human race. I know I am alone inside. Gather the cattle to save some face. You know we treat them, it's so two-faced. And I know I am alone inside. They say that lonely's as good as it gets sometimes. But what am I to do when it's more than half my life? You gotta know yourself. You know. You gotta know yourself so you can know someone else. Yeah, you know someone else. You know someone else.